Okay, Anthony, and you've lived in Cambodia now for about 8 years.
Yes.
So you've probably seen some pretty dramatic shifts in the property sector. What are the major sort of changes you've seen?
Well, I would say first that obviously just the skyline. I've kind of remember back when I came here in 2008, which is quite a long time ago. I'm almost going on my 9th year, in fact. There was no Canadia Tower. There was no Vattanac Tower. There was actually very few, if any. I mean, I remember there was a couple of luxury condominium buildings or luxury apartment buildings. So from 2008 till now, it's just been incredible. If you look at Aeon Mall and Parkinson coming on, I mean, the whole development as a metropolitan city has been incredible and scary, to be honest, because I don't think we've seen effectively a surge in population growth here, nor have I seen a mass migration from the provinces. I mean, we're still pretty much looking at a population that's 80% of rural population. I think if you look at some of the successes and perhaps pitfalls of bigger markets like Thailand and Jakarta, there has been a surge in foreign ownership to some extent, and certainly in Thailand. There has been migration from the provinces to get jobs in the city, and these cities have just ballooned. But they're big population centers. They're very big population centers and very well developed infrastructurally in most cases as well. My concern here is the continued unabated development that's going on, with the expectation that foreigners will continue to buy, which I think is drying up to some extent, and that we'll see what we call now a lower middle class, which still doesn't make the fact that that these apartments that are coming on the market will be affordable to them. We don't have a core middle class. A lower middle class is certainly a much lower income bracket. So my concern is, although there's a lot of discussion that the population growth will support this, the development of a middle class will support this, I think it supports it to an extent, but not to the scale of development we're seeing. So I'm a little concerned, and I'm also concerned that credit is more freely available, although still not to the extent that it is in other markets, which you could thank the National Bank of Cambodia for, to certainly expressing that concern to the scale of credit growth. I probably am okay this year, but starting mid next year and the year after, I'm deeply concerned of overcapacity.
And what steps could be taken to solve these issues?
I think urban planning, for one.
Zoning, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with what's happening with the development, we're certainly not seeing infrastructural development around that. We haven't really heard about one road or one major change in terms of the traffic infrastructure, how this is going to be supported by these huge buildings going up in a very concentrated area. I mean, I'm concerned as a person living here that it's going to be hell. You know, in a very, you know, we got this 1 square mile of concentration of where people effectively is the Phnom Penh center, and with these buildings going up in the center of Phnom Penh, how is traffic going to be with all, if these even are 50% or 70% occupied? It's just the additional population that's going to come into the center with cars and motorbikes. It's scary what it's going to look like in 2 years. Hopefully we'll see some urban planning. That's what scares me the most.
Okay, Anthony, thank you very much for,
it's been my pleasure, James.
teaching us a few things. And thank you to all of our viewers. Tune in to Realestate.com.kh TV next week for more great information for buying your next property.